I'm Phoenix Wright, and I am once again asking for Gumshoe's salary to be left alone. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. What did I just say? Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem.
Mood.
When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
She sewed it up. And then blew a hole in it again.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events.
The judge is confused by everything.
This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Remember the rule of thirds.
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else?
Okay, so the contradiction is that there's a bullet hole in her sleeve, and the shots were fired before this photo was taken, right?
Correct.
Yes.
At least Gray is dead, which means one bullet has been fired. I guess you could say someone shot a gun at her after this picture and this is Maya, but that feels weird.
But also, like, the door was open and people were in there,
Oh, yeah.
someone would have seen it.
Okay,
So maybe it's that the shooter was someone else who was just wearing...
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
think.
Because if the picture was fake, then what would be the point?
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Finally. She's sweating. Oh, she's sweating.
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Hey,
Quick,
fuck
guys!
you!
Make more ruckus! Ah!
Ow!
Why me?
The defense's argument is a complete mess.
You...
A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us.
What Phoenix?
Hey, witness!
Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor?
I'm obsessed with Lana's reactions to being whipped. Like, this is so funny. Everyone else is just like, ouch. And she's like, what are you fucking doing?
Lana's
too
the only
petty.
one in this court with any sense.
Be quiet,
Lana's
you!
Great man for this.
You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see.
Holy shit! But, okay,
What's
you
this?
can't get away with
You're
threatening
looking mighty
murder in my
scary, so
courtroom.
why don't we say you... Wah! I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there. Honest.
You see. Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Ooh.
Me fucking too, Phoenix.
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. I don't know why it's the numeral two. That's kind of weird.
This poses
Two
two
very big questions.
This is so fucking weird of a lie.
Questions to Electric Boogaloo.
Questions 2.
First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right! Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright!
Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I don't know why I'm calling you by your full name.
I can't
think you're in
believe that
trouble.
even Mia's calling me by my full name.
Guys.
But,
I need us to
I
stop.
mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think that you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. One might
Face-
say, a turnabout.
Face the wall.
Phoenix?
Hold
He's
on,
just
I'm
gonna-
rotating.
Why are you facing the wall?
So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's
I
see.
wonder.
What
Where a
if
person-
Before we broke in, the third person was already in the room.
Oh, what?
Where could they hide?
And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true,
Mr. Wright. Mr. Phoenix Wright, because apparently that's what we're doing. Let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... A third person had entered
I
it?
cannot explain.
Third person entered it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know that Maya left. We know that the third person was there.
Another weird
I think we should
numeral
go with
usage.
something I can't explain yet.
Perfect.
Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place.
Do we?
Do we? I mean, they could have hid behind the screen, but I don't know if that's proof that someone else was in the room.
We look
No.
at the second picture.
Floor plan or something.
That's them.
Okay, never mind. I wasn't sure how well it showed the screen.
Okay, here's the first picture. Can I be like, look, the screen?
There's definitely some shadows back there, but like,
I think that might
I think
be
that's
Canva.
just the shadows of the furniture.
yeah. Okay, floor plan?
Oh, wait. It's the key. Because we
Aha.
found it,
Oh.
right?
That would make sense, yeah.
And then
Unless
that's
they're
how the
gonna
door
be
got
like,
locked.
this is just proof of how they got in later.
This
Hmm.
is just proof that Phoenix didn't actually break down that door.
Okay, well, let's look at the other stuff just in case. Don't think it's the autopsy. Don't think it's the gun or the knife. Or her clothes.
Not the clothes. Floor plans? Can we look at them?
I don't think this is evidence,
It's
but we
not
might be asked to
proof.
point at it later.
Yeah, because it's not like we can be like there was a space for someone to be there, but it's not like
Yeah.
definitive,
We know the screen
It's not-
exists.
decisive.
This is unrelated. My magical powers, Your Honor. There's a map of the... I don't think this is it.
Alright.
And this is the original one, so I feel like it's the key.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have 3 tries.
We do, but if we get one wrong, then the next big thing we have will insta-kill us.
Nice.
Well,
Do we believe
no
in
way
it?
to know but try. Yeah.
Alright.
See, I guess what confuses me is that there was only supposed to be one key, right?
Yes.
Where
Okay,
did we
yeah.
find the key?
Pearl
had
gave
it.
it to
Pearl
us.
had it.
Okay, yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Take that! Please take a good look at this.
Oh no. Okay.
I've already seen it. Thank you.
Oh no.
And what is the purpose of this item?
Yikes.
It's
Don't you
a
see,
key.
Your Honor?
It unlocked things.
It's the key to this case. Remember that?
I don't think you actually see what you are doing. Fuck!
I think it is the court that should be tying it to you,
no.
Mr. Wright.
I am so bad at this game.
I mean, me too.
Ouch,
Iconic.
that stung. Shoot,
See,
oh. So were we wrong to say it's a third person? Or maybe we should have said I can't explain it yet. Maybe Cole was right.
Oh, maybe we have
What
to
I'm
do the
wondering
Megaton
is,
or
like,
something.
if the key was outside of the room, like I think the key is a very good piece of evidence, but maybe it's that Maya had left.
I
Hmm.
guess.
Like she left and took the key with her.
I think whatever it is, if it's one of those two things, we're gonna have to present evidence. If we say we can't explain it yet, we're either wrong or we don't have to present any evidence.
Yeah. I
See,
guess
the thing is, for me, the key is the piece of evidence that makes the most sense because everything else is like, oh, there was a screen. Maybe there was someone back there.
Mhm.
Like the key is really the only definitive thing.
Would the key be more definitive in showing that Maya had left?
I don't think that the key shows Maya I also think that the key might be one step removed at this point, because it doesn't have any information in
Right.
the description that's like, a second key to the room, or anything.
Right.
Well, that's why I'm kind of thinking that maybe Pearl having it indicated that Maya had left because it was outside of the room already.
So do we want to think it over again?
Sure. Amy usually has a good instinct for this.
I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner.
We restart the trial.
What if before we
Oh,
broke
God.
in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true,
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... I guess Maya left the room?
Yeah.
Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point. I guess she did have the key. And the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams.
This is important dialogue.
Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. Aunt, I guess. I don't...
Who give a heck?
The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Just bring it up again.
Anyway, let's see some evidence.
Let's not and say we did.
Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
Key?
It doesn't even say that it's a key to that room. It just says it's a key.
This is true.
Yeah, but like we have a lot of weird evidence that the judge is like, what the fuck is this? And then Phoenix is right, it's the only key to that room. And then everyone just believes him.
I'm so afraid. Take that! Ms. Hart, do you
Yes.
remember this key? Amy...
I need you to stop. Actually, I don't.
I fucking concede. Like, just let Amy solve every puzzle.
No, I feel like it's this weird thing of like, once you guys get stuck, I just sit here and keep thinking about it. Like the normal ones, you guys are like way faster than I am.
Amy's
I
our
just
pinch
think
hitter.
them through.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door?
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, Lotta's gonna do it for us. Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Yeah, I literally said it 2 seconds ago.
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Ah! Well, ain't that a kick? Why do you care? So how come you're holding it?
She's invested
Why
now.
is a lot of heart
I have
out
literally no
for?
stock in this whatsoever.
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And I'm not going to
That
elaborate.
That
And that
made it
little
sound
girl
very
was
weird.
nowhere near the crime scene at the time. Who was this little girl?
What? Why'd you
That's
say it like that?
preposterous! This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No!
Holy shit.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not?
Or not.
The defense is arguing this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Von Karma,
How can this be?
at this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case.
Neither has
Get ready.
Edward.
And
Honestly,
I don't
me
intend
at
to lose
18.
here in this courtroom to a fool like you.
Honestly, me now. I've never lost a case either.
Me at
Never
18
had one to
applying for
begin with.
college.
I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby.
Hello?
Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Take it outside.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
I'm really scared Francisca's gonna attack me in the lobby.
Would certainly run in the family.
Yeah.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Yes, I felt like I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Did
Yeah.
you know?
It's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance.
That would be the big one.
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
I envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
What, don't want her to run back?
I forgot about that.
God.
Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A tick-kit?
Poor thing. So sheltered.
It's
A
a
TikTok?
TikTok.
No.
Why did you
I'm
guys
okay if
both
Pearls-
just make the same joke?
Because
Same
it started with T-I-K.
I'm okay if Pearls never gets on TikTok.
but she
Guys.
has to learn all of the dances.
We survived the trial with 1 health bar left.
Hell yeah, we did.
Woo!
Icons and stars.
Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick.
You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway.
I thought about this a little.
Hmm?
If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man,
She
Mhm.
definitely didn't, and he definitely wasn't nice.
yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right?
Oh no.
That murderer person.
She's ready to fight them.
Yeah.
Yes, Pearls.
Losing it at Pearls and Mr.
Oh.
Nick.
I see.
I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. She did just learn about the concept of death for the first time.
And also murder.
Oh, she's so tiny.
So, what did you think of seeing your first trial?
I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before.
Not even on the train? That's a lie.
She never took the
She
train.
hadn't been on the train.
She ran there.
And
Improbable.
Miss Maya looked so small and helpless.
Well, Maya's already naturally short, so...
Naturally short.
And then that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes.
roughly... Oh, she means Francisca.
She had such a bad attitude.
Call her out!
She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I am going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow.
Wear up.
I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Oh my god, look at her!
Baby.
So small.
Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya?
I am looking at this photograph.
I was thinking about when we first saw the photo of Dee Vasquez and how I felt, and I feel similarly.
Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer. A prosecutor. Wait, no?
Still a lawyer.
All prosecutors are lawyers, but not all lawyers are prosecutors.
A prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win.
That's terrible.
Anti-prosecutor propaganda.
Good.
Propaganda.
But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right?
There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same.
Phoenix! Oh my god.
Pretzels is the
Well, he might have become a good guy, eventually.
He?
Oh no. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick?
It's a special someone, Pearls.
Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgeworth?
Aggie.
That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore.
That's like a year ago, Phoenix.
Huh?
He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely, and died for it.
Hello?
I feel like he's not dead.
Oh,
Phoenix is being dramatic.
that's too bad.
Maybe we'll meet him in the spirit realm.
Pearl, channel him! By the way,
Yes? What is it?
you wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you?
Phoenix, please stop talking like this to
It was
an
me.
8-year-old. Her hair.
Why are you asking me? It's not like I had anything to do with it.
No, I was just thinking earlier.
I didn't see anything. Okay, this really does seem like someone who's avoiding the
Seen
question.
something.
She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing?
Committing a
Murdering.
murder.
And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up?
Before she committed
Pearl's
murder.
alibi!
She's 8!
I just
8-year-olds can
realized
commit
that I
murder.
never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime.
Huh?
Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened?
Oh, I was shooting that guy. Ah! What was doing? I wasn't doing anything.
She's really bad at lying. Why do I feel like she was spying on Phoenix? You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else. I promise.
Hell
Oh,
yeah! He has two!
Oh.
Ah!
Shit.
Just
Oh,
so you guys
shit.
know,
Alright.
the youngest person convicted of murder in the United States was 13.
So Pearl
That's a
didn't do
cool
it.
fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
She
In
could be
case you
younger.
were
Proves it.
curious.
I know this is a mechanic, but each time it happens, I'm like, someone lying to me in this game about solving mysteries?
I guess you can see through my lie, huh?
You did teach me how to do that, Pearl, and then you lied to my face. Yeah, clearly.
I forgot that she taught us.
I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick?
I mean, you can. It'll just be unsuccessful.
Do we have
do
anything
we
to
have-
present?
I don't.
The
The
key.
We need 2 things, because she has 2 psyche locks.
Hmm.
Key.
And gun.
Attorney badge.
Maybe we'll just come back, and, like, we might find
Yeah.
something else on the way.
The key is to point the gun at the 8-year-old.
Jesus.
This is not Disco Elysium.
Okay, you wouldn't let me do it in Disco Elysium either.
I said you could if you really wanted to, and you chickened out.
That's true.
It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. I want to know if they fixed this door after Phoenix destroyed it.
I mean, it looks fine.
Probably not, because isn't it the scene of a crime?
Yeah,
Can they
that's...
even fuck around with it?
He just strides in like, you see that broken door? I did that.